I'm interested in this little portion over here. And that's what I want to just say one or two things about. These are the riders of the apocalypse. So if we'll just enlarge them a little, this was in 2019. The first thing that appears is that they are in reverse order. Everything is backwards, right?
Yes.
So in the riders of the apocalypse, when the seals are opened, the first one should be the rider on the white horse, who is the king, who has a crown on his head.
Yes.
And this is, in the book of Revelation, the depiction of the gospel going to the world, white righteousness of Christ, Christ going out to conquer. And then, of course, it depicts the battle as it unfolds. And then you have the red horse, and then you have the black horse, and then you have the pale horse, which is death. Now here they are in reverse order. So the pale horse, death, then you have the black horse, and then you have this horse, which would depict the red horse. Now, red is the color of sacrifice in the Bible, right? But here it is depicted as a statue of liberty, and I find it fascinating that she has something on her face.
Yes.
And that something is a mask.
Yeah.
This was 2019. This was before COVID-19, right?
Yes. This is in the beginning of 2019, I think, when the magazine comes out.
So this is very interesting. And of course, she has this crown on her head, which is a corona.
Yeah.
It's also the sign of Mithraism. And then you have the king. So if you put it in reverse order, then instead of the king going out and bringing the gospel of righteousness to the world, and then the counter actions by the devil take place, and the gospel is hindered more and more. First it is the martyrdom, and then it is the blackness and the darkness of the Middle Ages, finally leading to virtual death, right? So in occult thinking, if you turn it round, who will be the conqueror in the end? If the one that was to go out to bring the pure message was to be the king, and he's here depicted as death, then the conqueror would be their esoteric king, which would be Lucifer.
Yes.
So that's a reversal. But I thought it fascinating that this magazine brings out the United States in a central role before the coming of the false Messiah.
Yes.
In a COVID-19 mask.
Very interesting. So if there's a logic behind the chaos, where is all of this heading?
Well, we would have to look at legislation. We would have to look at events leading to legislation and to changes. And we would have to speculate, to a large extent, who the puppet masters are.
Yes.
Or is everything just chaotic and there's no meaning to anything?
Yes.
That's the other possibility, right?
We would like to see what's the signs of the times happening in the world, and is it leading to the soon coming of Jesus?
Absolutely. That is what we are supposed to do. We are to place the events of history into the prophetic picture to see where we are standing in the stream of time.
Yes.
All right, let us just look at this facial recognition issue. It's interesting that they should put this in there, and you can see the reverse writing over there, and then they also had this picture here with the
cell phone with a barcode.
With a barcode on it. So what is important here is, can we see the finger of Rome in all of these issues, facial recognition and the technology that is available? Because basically, this technology is about control. Because we can see it in China, right? The technology is being used to control the people. They even get points, whereby if they accumulate a certain number of points, they may not take part in certain activities like travel, etc. So in 2016 already, the Pope met with the big tech companies to discuss some of these issues. So continuing his dialogue with leaders in the world of social media and technology, Pope Francis met with Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerman. And earlier this year, the Pope met with several notable tech giants. So definitely they have their finger on the pulse. Mm-hmm. In the world's mobile communications, including Eric Schmidt and Apple CEO Tim Cook, he also met with Kevin Systrom, CEO and co-founder of Instagram, 2 weeks before the Vatican launched the Pope's Instagram account, Franciscus. Upon its launch, the account broke a new record for gaining over 1 million followers in 12 hours. He's a popular man.
Yes.
Pope Francis' Twitter account at Pontifex has also left its mark in the social media landscape, with over 30 million followers spread across 9 different language accounts. Twiplomacy, a study of Twitter accounts of world leaders and their retweet rates, declared the Pope by far the most influential leader on Twitter. Isn't that interesting?
That's very interesting, especially when you compare Trump. He uses Twitter
all the time.
Then you must know how popular the Pope is.
So it seems as if the beast out of the sea and the beast out of the earth are very clued up when it comes to the use of this technology.